Alright, it should be working. Should be working. And yep, got it. Perfect. Alright, so yep, I am live for a severe threat across Pennsylvania, as well as another one across northern Louisiana, and another one across Arizona. Currently trying to find the right thing. Spectrum width. There we go. Very surprised that they have not warned. They did warn this for a tornado warning, but they did not warn this isolated cell out in front of it. Where is it? There it is. It was looking really good, and it's still looking really good. I am surprised they have not warned that. This cell is headed up towards, judging from what I'm seeing, eventually towards Laceyville and Meshapin, and eventually Tanukashak. Sorry, I can't pronounce that very well. But that cell is cycled, and it looks like it could produce a tornado. Spectrum width is dropping. If you don't know what that is, spectrum width basically shows where there could be a mesocyclone in that area. So give me 1 second. I need to do something. Alright. So Control C and Control V into here real quick. Alright, there we go. So yeah, very surprised that they have not warned this across northeastern Pennsylvania, I believe. This is north of Jameson City, south of Mildred. It's headed northeast. It's not even severe warned, but it doesn't have too much hail on it, so I can't really blame them for that. But we are looking at a tornado warning down here just south of Jersey Shore, south of Avis. Rotation's right in there. That's where we can see that spectrum width dropping on the backside. This is contamination, looks like, for the spectrum width. It could be not, though. I don't know. Did I just say it could be not? Ugh. My brain does not function today. I was chasing yesterday. So yeah, we do have a tornado warning south of Jersey Shore, south of Avis. We are also monitoring some other areas of rotation. One over here near Penns Creek, another near Hartleton, and a few broader areas down here. This looks like contamination on the spectrum width. So yeah, we're mainly watching 4 areas: the south of Milfenburg, north of Penns Creek, and just to the west of New Berlin. One down here near Richfield, but that does look like it's contaminated a bit. And then one up here, which has a tornado warning, south of Avis, south of Jersey Shore. And then we're also watching this isolated cell, which might be in NWS Binghamton's area. Somewhere over here. There it is. See, this is actually a previous scan. It's downloading. This is the newest scan. See, some pretty strong rotation in there. Spectrum width is not dropping at its... Well, it could be dropping a little bit at its location. I doubt that's a CC drop in there, though. Though it is in an area where there could be one, I doubt there is one. So yeah, let me check if that's in Binghamton's area. So that is near La Porte and near Dushore. So that is... I'd have to take a closer look at this. Give me 1 second. Dang nabbit. For some reason it's saying that it's can't be downloaded securely, which does not make sense considering it is from the National Weather Service. That is annoying. Ugh. Whatever. So checking it right now, it does appear like that tornado warning is in, considering where these counties are, south of the border. It looks like that actually is in NWS Binghamton's area, at least from what I can see. Or is it? It's right on the border. This is actually the border of Binghamton and Binghamton's area and State College. That's clear air to the south. That's not a CC drop. So we still do have a tornado warning back here in State College's area, headed towards Williamsport, South Williamsport, Gardens View, south of Jersey Shore, and Avis. Looks like that has broadened out there. We are also watching an area of rotation down here near New Berlin, and it also looks like it has broadened out a bit. Down here, this does look like contamination near Mount Pleasant Hills, though, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that, at least for the moment. And down here, doesn't look like too much right now. But I'm keeping an eye on that isolated cell out in front. It's right on the border of Binghamton and State College's NWS office areas. So that's probably why neither one is wanting to warn them. So, yeah, spectrum width is dropping, which means that there could be a mesocyclone in that area. No CC drop, though, so which in CC is the bottom left, and if there is a CC drop, it will show up as blue. Look at this on the bottom left. That is not a CC drop, but that's what one would look like if it was not in clear air. So if it's in the red, orange, or even yellow sometimes, that would be probably a tornado on the ground. But since it is in clear air, it is not where a tornado would be. Where the tornado would be is right up here to the, well, there's not really a specific location I can give considering that this is in the middle of no towns. Mildred, it's due south east of Mildred, and it looks like almost due northeast of Jameson City. Still keeping an eye on this tornado warning in case it does recycle. But right now it does not look very impressive whatsoever. Flip these inside out. Alright, that's much better. So yeah, currently one tornado warning and 4 areas that we are watching. Near New Berlin, watching this area. But no organized rotation. This tornado warning south of Jersey Shore and Avis looks like it has broadened out. I was watching this area down here near Richfield and Mount Pleasant Hills, but it does appear like that is just contamination. And up here, this isolated cell that's crossing State College's NWS border into Binghamton's. Looks like they did severe warn it. I'm wondering if that severe warning is TOR possible, considering the rotation on that. Let me check. It is not TOR possible. So they, well, maybe it is. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, I'm trying to find out which one this is. Okay, this is the one right here. This is tornado possible, actually. So this is, it was looking more impressive, but it does look like it's currently recycling, which means that the old rotation is dying, the new one is popping up. So that's what it looks like right now. Currently checking like 4 tabs at once. Nope. Outbreak. Alright. So, Just keeping an eye on every single tab that I have, just in case something pops up that I need to cover. So yeah, that tornado warning up to the north in Clinton and Lycoming counties in Pennsylvania has expired. So the one near Avis, Jersey Shores, looks like it has expired. Still watching this area for in case it spins up again, but for now it does look like that rotation has died. Near Mount Pleasant Hills, this does look like a little bit of rotation, but it does appear like it's contaminated, but quite a bit. So there could be a little bit in there, but any significant rotation is not popping up considering how contaminated it is. Watching this area north of Mifflinburg and this area north of New Berlin, but currently nothing of significance happening at the moment in that area. But the one thing that I am watching is in this county, that would be, I'm trying to find the county, Wyoming County, Pennsylvania, headed towards, I pronounced this town earlier, but I can't pronounce it right now. I am sorry about that. But north of Knoxon and to the east of Mildred, watching this cell right here, which did look a little better on rotation, green next to red. That's what you want to look for, and that's exactly what we're getting right there. So as you can see, there was a little bit better rotation earlier, but it does appear like it's recycling at the moment. The green is getting stronger, the red is staying the same. That it does appear like it is a new area of rotation popping up right there. So there was a tornado warning down here near Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, but that has expired. Still watching this area for any rotation that tries to pop up, but for now does look like that has broadened out. Give me 1 second. I need to drink some water. I'm talking way too much. There we go. That's better. Yep, so still keeping an eye on everything. So yeah, this rotation near Jersey Shore looks like it took a turn to the south before dissipating. Still watching this area over here near New Berlin that's kind of sticking out. And this area over near Mount Pleasant Hills is contaminated, so that's a little difficult to tell what's going on over there. This thing is curving to the north a bit. This, as you can see on the top left, if I go over to one panel, you can see that this area on the backside might try and spin something up eventually. But we're also watching this cell up here. If I go back to 4 panels, headed for Meshapen, and I can't pronounce this. I am sorry. But that cell headed towards that area appears. Oh, spectrum width is dropping. Spectrum width, it basically shows areas of mesocyclones. So mesocyclones show up as blue and then go up to orange and red, depending how strong they are. This does appear to show a mesocyclone. It might be a little far up in the storm, considering how far away it is from the radar, but it's definitely there. So we're watching this cell. It is currently on the border of State College and Binghamton's National Weather Service office, headed northeast towards Meshapen and Tunkhannock. Sorry, I am terrible at names and pronouncing them. So yeah, over here, still watching this area up here near Williamsport and Jersey Shore in case of anything that tries to pop up again. There was a tornado warning here earlier that has expired. Over here near oh god, I need more water. Over here near New Berlin, that does appear to be contaminated. So even though there might be a tiny bit of rotation, it's impossible to tell. Same near Mount Pleasant Hills and Freeburg. Give me 1 second. spilled water on my shirt, which is not the ideal time to do that. But still, watching this area over here near Lewisburg, in case of any rotation, near Jersey Shore does appear to be intensifying again. You can see on the bottom right, spectrum width is dropping. Spectrum width it goes from blue to it's gray and white for not much spectrum width drop, but spectrum width shows mesocyclones, so rotating wall clouds and rotation in the storm. It goes from blue to orange to red. So as you can see right in here is red. So that may be a little bit of rotation in there, and maybe an upper level mesocyclone. Still watching this cell on the Binghamton State College National Weather Service border, headed towards Michigan. This has not been tornado warned, and it may I'm not going to say it produced a tornado earlier, but it definitely did have some rotation earlier that was stronger than what it is right now. But we're still watching this storm for a possible rotation. You can see spectrum width a little bit there. It's dropping. And you can see green right next to a gray, meaning definitely a little bit of rotation in there. But it is far away from the radar, meaning that it might be farther up in the sky. So it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, this storm over here caught my eye, but it doesn't appear like it has much rotation. I'll keep an eye on it, though. But yeah, main area that we're watching down here in the State College National Weather Service near Williamsport, Jersey Shore, and Lock Haven. This right here. This is the main area that we're watching. It had a tornado warning on it earlier, but that has since expired. And down here, near Lewisburg and Mifflinburg, that area might have a little bit of rotation, but it's nothing to write home about, at least for right now. So yeah, not too much going on right now. Still watching the area of rotation near Lewisburg and Mifflinburg, and this area up here near Jersey Shore, and this isolated cell over here headed towards what's the name of it? Michigan. But none of these have tornado warnings at the moment. This one is kind of getting its act together again. It did have a mesocyclone that is currently decaying, I believe, which you can see right here. By the way, on the bottom left, that is not a CC drop. You can see that is in a pixel with clear air. That might be a meso, but it's in clear air right now. It is not a tornado on the ground lifting debris. It is not. Okay, refreshing. We're also watching a wind risk. Okay, I'll go over some of the other severe thunderstorm warnings. New Mexico, there's quite a few. For Donna, Ana, and Sierra counties, golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. For Otero and Hudspeth counties, 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. For Donna, Ana, and Otero counties, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $50 sized hail. For Donna, Ana, Otero, and Sierra counties, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $50 sized hail. For Otero counties, golf ball sized hail is 60-mile-an-hour winds. And for Lincoln County, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. In Texas, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings. For Presidio County, we have 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. For Crane, Pecos, and Ward County, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. For Jeff Davis and Presidio counties, we have 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. And trying to see if there's any others. Doesn't look like it. One of them's actually on the border, so I may have mentioned that one in the New Mexico warning. So in Arizona, we do have one severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. For Maryland, we have one severe thunderstorm warning It's actually Maryland, West Virginia border for Allegheny, Washington, and Morgan counties in West Virginia and Maryland. That's for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. In Pennsylvania, for Bedford, Bedford, Huntington, Franklin, Mifflin, Fulton, Geneva, Cumberland, and Perry counties in Pennsylvania. Not all of the counties included, but at least some or all of the counties included in this severe thunderstorm warning that I mentioned. It's for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So this big one, I think, or maybe not. It might be the other one. Okay, it might be this one that's the biggest, but one of these. So actually, I think I think that one, the first one I mentioned, that I was just talking about, is down here. But the one that I'm also looking at is up here near Lewisburg and Salinsgrove. This is for 80-mile-an-hour winds. That is very strong winds. Northumberland County. That's a weird county name. Snyder County, Montour County, Lycoming County, Columbia County, Union County, and Clinton County. That is for 80-mile-an-hour winds. That is, I believe, near Lewisburg, Sunbury, Danville, Bloomsburg, Millville, Watsontown, Loganton, and that pretty much that entire area. That is for 80-mile-an-hour winds. Very strong winds in that area. Montana does have one severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds. And actually, most of the winds coming off of these are with very, very weak storms, which is interesting. It even says that in the severe thunderstorm warning. It says hazard 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The severe wind gusts are occurring with only light to moderate rainfall, that is interesting. All right, so let's go back to the possible, not possible, but some rotation that is ongoing in Pennsylvania near Jersey Shore. We're watching this area for some possible rotation. Near Lewisburg, also watching this area. And the main area that I am watching is in Binghamton's National Weather Service area, which they have so far this year they have missed 2 tornadoes with CC drops, which, man, I kind of feel bad for them, but at the same time, come on. Now is not the time to be complaining about that. Definitely some rotation in that. To the north up here, it looks like there are 2 mesocyclones fighting, and the northern one, which is usually the one that is not as dominant, is winning. So definitely some rotation up there that's headed towards Meshapin, that is north of Knoxon, and going to go north of Harvey's Lake. That's an area that we were watching for some rotation. We do have a little bit there. Also watching this area that's popping up south of Barbers and north of Picture Rock. Watching this area. Which one's closer, Binghamton or State College? Looks like Binghamton, but I'll check State College as well. So State College is definitely okay. Well, it's actually picking it up a little bit, but not as much as Binghamton is. Still checking this area, south of Jersey Shore, and to the west of Elmsport, Pennsylvania. Also, these storms down here near New Berlin, Lewisburg, Sunbury, Selinsgrove, Freeburg, Middleburg, Hartleton, headed towards Snydertown, Danville, Mousedale, Milton, Ellisburg, Trevorton, and Dornsife. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, or any of those towns wrong. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-an-hour winds. So these are very dangerous storms that can produce low-end tornado-force winds in these areas. It's also headed up towards Bloomsburg and Millville. So if you know anyone in those areas, call them up. Tell them that there are dangerous severe thunderstorms headed towards their location. That's just me clicking the mouse, don't mind me. So yeah, still watching this isolated cell headed towards Michigan, Pennsylvania. That's in NWS Binghamton, New York's area. Alright, yeah, that's spectrum width drop. Spectrum width shows possible rotation in mesocyclones. As you can see it's on the bottom right. Bottom left, if you see blue that's not in an area of zero rain, if you see blue or green, then that usually means that there's a tornado in that area. Like small areas like yellow over here, that doesn't usually correspond to a tornado. That might be just a little bit of like contamination or something like that. But if you see an area of blue that is not in clear air, that usually means that there's a tornado, unless it's an area that's showing up in reflectivity as contamination. Or if it's in clear air, which I think I've already said. But yeah, as you can see on the top right, that's green right next to red. That shows rotation in there. And on the bottom right, that shows the spectrum width, which goes from gray to white, which means not much spectrum width drop, to blue, orange, and red. And you can see a little bit of red. Actually, I think it goes blue, red, orange. So you can see a little bit. You can see some blue and some red in this area. So that means probably a mesocyclone in that area. Yeah, it's headed up towards Michigan and Tunkhannock. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Also watching this area back here near Barbers and Picture Rock for any spin up if it decides to do something. Very dangerous storms over here near Lewisburg, New Berlin, Sandbury, Silence Grove, and Danville. Headed up towards Millville and Bloomsburg. That is, these are ones for 80-mile-an-hour winds. Also watching some possible rotation near Elmsport. That does have a spectrum width? No, it doesn't. Okay. That area out in front that appears to be not much confused me. If you see spectrum width in an area of not much rotation or complete contamination, then it's either contamination or just glitching out. Well, there could be something in there, but I doubt it. Well, maybe, but nothing to write home about, at least for the meantime. Okay, severe thunderstorm warnings, New Mexico. There are quite a few. For Colfax, Harding, Mora, and Union counties, that is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Donna, Otero, for Donna, Ana, and Otero counties, that's warned for ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Donna, Ana, and Sierra counties, golf ball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Otero and Hudspeth counties, 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Donna, Ana, and Otero counties, 70-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. Donna, Ana, Otero, and Sierra counties, 70-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. Otero County, golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And Allegheny, Washington, and Morgan counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Actually, no, that's... I got Maryland and New Mexico confused, sorry. My brain does not function, especially after sitting in the cars for, like, 7 hours. Lincoln County in New Mexico, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Arizona does have one severe thunderstorm warning for, Greenlee County, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Texas does have a few. Jeff Davis and Presidio counties, I believe that might be on the, yeah, so down here. Jeff Davis and Presidio counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Crane, Pecos, and Ward counties, that's for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. And, yeah, so that's all. There also the one on the Texas-New Mexico border. I may have already mentioned that one in a severe thunderstorm warning I mentioned for New Mexico. Maryland has two severe thunderstorm warnings. It's actually both are on the West Virginia-Maryland border. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail, and same thing for the other one. So that is So both of these are warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. There might be a tiny bit of rotation in there, but it's nothing to be concerned about, at least for the moment. Montana, I believe, does have one severe thunderstorm warning. Yes. 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail over here. They don't look like much, which is... Wait, huh? Okay, I might have clicked the wrong one. But, yeah, so Montana, Blaine, Chateau, and Hill counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and that's it. But it does say in the warning, the severe winds are occurring with only light to moderate rainfall, which you can see on the top left. That shows only a bit of rain in that area. Only green and yellow is showing up on the radar. Well, blue, green, and yellow is showing up on the radar. But not much right now. Okay, so. Alright. Just checking something real quick. Alright. So, main thing that we're concerned about is over in Pennsylvania. For Clinton, Columbia. Oh, okay, wait. Hold on. Both warned for that now? Okay, no. For Bedford, Huntington, Franklin, Mifflin, Fulton, Juntina, Cumberland, and Perry counties, these are warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds. But Clinton, Columbia, Lycoming, North Cumberland, Snyder, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, Union, and Clinton counties in Pennsylvania, these are warned for 80-mile-an-hour winds, so very dangerous storms headed toward, currently over Lewisburg, New Berlin, and Sunbury, headed towards Washingtonville, Danville, and Bloomsburg. Also watching this area of broad rotation up near I cannot pronounce that, I am sorry. But this town up here. But we are watching a couple areas of rotations, a very broad rotation south of Barbers, north of Picture Rock. But the main thing that we're looking at is in NW's Binghamton's area, headed towards Michigan. This severe thunderstorm warning, it's for 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail, I think. And as you can see, on top right, there is a bit of rotation. It does appear like it did broaden out. Something interesting that did happen. The northern mesocyclone was dominating over the southern one, meaning that it had stronger rotation than the southern one, even though the southern one usually does better than the northern one. So it killed off the southern one, and then it died. So basically, it just, it decided it didn't want to produce, at least for right now. Which is interesting. I need a drink of water. Just give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. Yep, still watching that area for possible rotation, but nothing right now. Yep, see, south of Barbers, north of Picture Rock, we're watching that area for right now. Over near Bellefonte and to the it's to the east of Bellefonte and State College, but it's those are the biggest towns around that area. But near Sunbury, Lewisburg, Selins Grove, head towards Bloomsburg, Orangeville, and Millville. Very dangerous storms approaching with 80-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, near Sunbury, we're getting reports from law enforcement. Wires down along Park Road between Shirley Drive and Bluebird Lane. So that is thunderstorm wind damage. Actually, it's from the fire department, not the police department, my bad. So yeah, that's about it for that area, at least for right now. We'll continue to watch these storms up here, especially this one that I'm a bit concerned about. But for right now, it's not doing much. So Here are the current severe thunderstorm warnings across southern New Mexico and West Texas. There's a lot of them. There is quite a lot of them. Okay, so I'll go over all of them. At least the ones that aren't about to expire, which would be actually a few of them. Alright, so there are a few that will expire within 5 minutes, but the rest of them, Otero, Otero and Hudspeth counties, I believe that is, yep, that's Texas, New Mexico border. That is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. That's this one. It's not showing up on this radar because of, it's in between, like, some hills and mountains and stuff, so it's not showing up. Let's go over to, okay, so Donna, Ana, and Sierra counties, golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. For Donna, Ana, and Otero counties, that is for ping pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Colfax, Harding, and Mora and Union counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. And Otero counties, 70-mile-an-hour winds and I almost said ping pong ball-sized hail, but it's penny-sized hail. We are getting a whole bunch of wind reports out of that area. 65. That's actually, okay, 67. 63. 62. 56. Whole bunch of wind reports coming out of that area. There's also one random one up here in the north. I probably mentioned it, but I did not show it, considering how far north it is. Yep. By the way, that's not rotation on the top right. That is contamination. It's all contamination. Big hail up there, though. I bet that's the ping pong ball size one. Yep, there's a hail spike, meaning that the radar is picking up hail and turning it into rain behind the storm, making a spike on the radar. Alright, so Arizona does have one severe thunderstorm warning. That is for Greenlee County, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Alright, Maryland does have two severe thunderstorm warnings, but one is about to expire. So, Allegheny, Washington, okay, Washington, Allegheny, Morgan, Berkeley, and Hampshire counties, 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That is one of these severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm assuming this, the one to the right, or farther to the east, considering that it is, you know, moving east. Up here, though, in Pennsylvania, alright, so in Pennsylvania, for, okay, for Bedford, Bedford, Huntington, Franklin, Mifflin, Fulton, Junita, Cumberland, and Perry counties, that is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That is down here. And in another severe thunderstorm warning, farther north, for North Cumberland, Snyder, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Union and Clinton counties, that will likely be extended for 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So that is up near Lewisburg, Bloomsburg, Williamsport, Lock Haven, maybe said Lewisburg already, Sunbury, and that's headed towards Bloomsburg, currently probably over Danville, and headed towards Millville. Yep, they just extended that. That is for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts now. So they did downgrade it, but it is still a very strong thunderstorm in that area. Currently watching two isolated cells, one south of Barbers, which might be trying to get its act together, and one which is in NWS Binghamton's area. There's actually a flash flood warning for Binghamton. That is, we're currently getting reports of flash floods in that area. Watching this area over here for south of Deposit. Okay, no, I was like, oh, that could be something, and it looks like it's hooking on the radar, but no. Just decided didn't want to do anything. Down here, you could definitely see it's trying to get its act together. Spectrum width on the bottom right, definitely does show trying to develop a mesocyclone right now. But, not terribly much happening right now. Give me 1 second, I need some more water. Oh, I thought I turned down my volume, sorry. Whoops. Thought I turned down my volume, but apparently I did not. But yeah, alright, so down here near Lewisburg, actually just passed through Lewisburg, but near Bloomsburg, Williamsport, Millville, Benton, Danville, and Mount Caramel, moving up towards La Porte. That is for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We are getting reports of damage in the town of Sunbury. Power lines down and other stuff from these storms. Goodness. Down here, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts extending all the way from near Richfield all the way south to the Maryland border north of Hancock. Maryland, that is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, I believe, and maybe penny-sized hail. Wouldn't expect anything more than that. But we're also watching this area of rotation near Elmsport, see if it does anything. Considering that the next update is showing as red, it might be something. Nope. Okay. Sometimes it just does that. Alright, so let's go over to these severe thunderstorm warnings in New Mexico and Texas. For Otero and Hudspeth counties on the border of New Mexico and Texas, that is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Donna Ana and Sierra counties, golf ball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Donna Ana and Otero counties, ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. For Colfax, Colfax, Harding, Mora, and Union counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Otero counties, 70-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. For Donna Ana and Sierra counties, ping-pong ball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Alright, so did I unplug my mic? No, I didn't. Just making sure it's still plugged in. Alright, so, and, what was I looking at? There it is. And for Montana, there was a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, there it is. Blaine, Chateau, and Hill counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds. And they don't look like much on the radar, but in the warning it says the severe wind gusts are occurring with only light to moderate rainfall. These have recorded winds of 55, so they definitely could be something. Also, watching this cell in Canada, I can check the Canadian radar on my phone. I don't have it on my computer because they're different things, they're different softwares, but there definitely is a bit of rotation, at least upper level rotation, that I could see from this radar, from the Glasgow radar. So let me go check up in Canada, see what is going on up there, if I can check. Okay, I believe that is right near a Canadian radar, which is convenient. No, it is not. Never mind. Whoops. Thought it was. It is not. Which wasn't moving, though. Might be moving towards the radar. It's north of, south of, Pontiacs. And, north of Valmer. That is it moving towards the radar? It kind of is. So yeah, just watching these, just in case. No tornado warnings at this time, but we do have a bit of rotation in Canada, so we're watching that. Alright, so yeah. So stepping away from Canada real quick. There is Severe thunderstorm warning Montana for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Doesn't look like much, but it does say in the warning the rain is occurring with the light to moderate rainfall, so not much rain will be falling with the winds. Alright. Few severe thunderstorm warnings over here in Texas and New Mexico. All of these are producing. Okay, some are producing up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and others are producing golf ball sized hail. So 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in some, and golf ball sized hail on others. Some of these are actually up to 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We also have this one up here that includes Roy, New Mexico. But that's just, by the way, the rotation up there is just contamination. It is not much. But there is big hail in that, that's for sure. Allergies are killing me out here. So, yep. I believe that, is that a new one? Yep, Guadalupe and, Torrance County. 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Also watching these up here. Alright, Yep, definitely some rotation over here. Approaching, Watsonton. But, not too much going on right now, at least. Down here near Millersburg, it does feel like that is contaminated. So that is not actually a strong couplet. That's contaminated, and even if it was, it's far away from the radar, so it'd be farther up in the storm. Let me play this back. Let me see if I can get all the way back to where there was a tornado warning. It was over here near Jersey Shore. There is reports of damage coming out of that area. So there was a tornado warning over here. Now we are getting damage reports from that area. Right where the couplet was. So yeah, there definitely could have been a tornado down in that area. No current tornado warnings though. So yep, okay, so could have been just wind damage, but by the way, where this is trees down. That was as of an hour ago. If that was a tornado, that'd be anticyclonic. So I doubt that was a tornado. I doubt that was just I think that was just thunderstorm wind damage. This area though, right where the couplet passed over, or at least this one, that could have been a brief tornado, but I doubt it was anything. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on watching this at least for the meantime. What did I click? Yep, so that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, tornado warning. That area that I said was contaminated, has gone tornado warning. So that might not actually be contamination. That might be a real couplet in there. So yeah, we do have a tornado warning in effect for north of Halifax and north of New Buffalo, south of Millersburg, Pennsylvania. That is a new tornado warning headed towards Elizabethville and Likens. So that is a tornado warning right now for Pennsylvania, north of Halifax, south of Millersburg, headed towards Elizabethville and Likens. That is in effect for the next, only the next 15 minutes? Or next 20 minutes at least. So for the next 20 minutes, tornado warning in effect south of Millersburg, north of Halifax, approaching Elizabethville. And it appears that it is immediately gusted out. Yeah, that was contaminated. That was completely contaminated. I mean, I guess yeah, look, I mean, oh, whoops. I mean, Okay, so that might be a tiny bit of rotation, tiny bit, but that that doesn't happen usually right here. And so that's contaminated. You can just tell that's contaminated. And then it's gone. So yeah, that was definitely contamination. They tornado warned contamination. It appears. Well, it appears that way. It might have been a little bit of something, but it was a nothing too significant. New SPC outlook. Still a slight across New Mexico and Arizona and into far West Texas, and a slight in Pennsylvania, but the slight in northern Louisiana has been downgraded to a marginal. Still watching this area just in case. Should probably check up on that isolated storm over here, headed south of Meshup or whatever. South of Meshupan. Sorry. So the last scan that we were looking at was pretty broad, and it got even broader. It does appear like that storm is starting to gust out. And same thing for the one near Laporte. It appears to be gusting out. See over here, they warned contamination south of Millersburg. Still some very strong winds on that, so it should be treated as a tornado, even if there is not a tornado there. Yeah, so you can see here, this is pretty contaminated in this area. It's not really, it's not necessarily, you know, it's not real rotation. It's just contamination. Meaning that it is not, okay, it's pretty much the exact same things I said. It's not rotation, it's just fake rotation. That, it's hard to, sometimes it's hard to tell what's contamination and what's not, but you can usually tell if there's, it can be hard, but you can usually tell. See right here? That's not rotation, that's contamination. That could be, if there were other winds and stuff around the area, that could definitely be a couplet in there. But what you usually see is the green on top up here and the red on the bottom down here, but not like this. This is not what you usually see. This is just winds scraping by each other. They're not really, if there were to be anything along that line, it'd just be like a dust devil or something. So yeah, that could be a little bit of rotation right there, but it's not much. Problem is, there's not many radars around here, so it's impossible to tell what's going on in there. Up here near Laporte, still dying off, and same thing for this one over here. Some severe thunderstorm warnings over in New Mexico. Trying to find which one's which. Alright, so for Colfax, Harding, Mora, and Union counties, which is up here, for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. For, where is it? For Guadalupe and Torrance counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. And then down south, it's kind of hard to tell which one's which. But on the Texas-New Mexico border, Otero and Hudspeth counties, that is for 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail. Donna Ana and Sierra counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball-sized hail. Donna and Otero counties, 60 mile an hour winds, ping pong ball sized hail. I actually already covered that one. For Otero counties, 70 mile an hour winds, penny sized hail. Donna Ana Sierra counties, again, I think. 60 mile an hour winds, ping pong ball sized hail. And that's for there. But for Texas, we've got 2 for Hudspeth. That's 60 mile an hour wind gusts. That's this one. And then over here near the Midland Odessa radar, it's Andrews, Ector, and Midland counties. 60 mile an hour winds, quarter size hail. Alright, there was one in Montana earlier, but that appears to have expired. In Maryland, though, 70 mile an hour winds, ping pong ball size hail. It's the Maryland, West Virginia border near Bath and Hancock. There might be a little bit of rotation in there, actually, at least according to this scan. Let's see what the new scan says. Still a little bit, but not too much to be concerned about, at least for the meantime. Pennsylvania, Wyoming counties, 60 mile an hour winds. It's up here. For Columbia, Lycoming, okay, Northumberland, Northumberland, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Sullivan counties, 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Luzerne County, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. And for Cumberland, Schuylkill, Dauphin, Cumberland, and Perry and Lebanon counties, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Goodness. There is a tornado warning in effect for Dauphin County, but that appears to be contamination, meaning that it's not real rotation, but it's fake. As you see here, there might be a little bit in there, but usually it does not show up as... I'll show you when they warned it. So, they warned it when it looked like this. That's contamination. When you get something that strong for like 1 or 2 scans. See, look, originally it looked like that, but it doesn't just transition to that immediately. As you can see, this area up here was moving northeast, so that was this up here. But this down here, which you can already tell is contamination, because usually a couple like this would not be going... This is towards the radar, and this is away, but there's no mixing there. So, there's no rotation in that area. It's just 2 winds colliding. It doesn't actually rotate in that area. But when you get one scan like this, that does look like real rotation, but it isn't. It's contamination. As you can see on the next scan, completely dissipated. So, and that tornado warning does continue. There actually is a little bit around there, near Elizabethville. Could be trying to spin up, but it's nothing to be terribly concerned about, at least in the meantime. Man, I need more water, and I need food. Alright. Yep, still watching a little bit of rotation near Bath in West Virginia. Also watching these cells on the backside. I'm wondering if they're going to do anything or if they're just going to dissipate. It's currently 9 p.m. over there, so they're running out of daylight. Yeah, these cells, they don't look too good. So I doubt they'll do much. They mainly look like showers. They could maybe do something, but I doubt it'll be anything tornadic. Still watching this area near Elizabethville in case anything happens, considering it is tornado warned. So yeah, give me 1 second. I will be right back. I should probably actually add that to here, and I can just Make this smaller. Put this in the middle. And I can go do stuff, and I will be back. Also, let me make sure my camera's... There we go. That should be good. I will be right back. Alright, yep, tornado warning still in effect for, headed towards the Lakers. It's already, or lichens. It's already past Elizabethville, but it has significantly broadened. No new tornado warnings have been issued. So yeah, not much to look at right now. Still watching this down here near Bath for potential rotation and anything, but nothing right now. Yeah, there's a tiny bit, I guess, but it's not anything to write home about. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. So yeah, we did have a tornado warning up until a few seconds ago, but now it has expired. Still watching a bit of rotation down near Bath, West Virginia. But besides that, not too much. Yeah, not too much to talk about. I mean, there was a rotating storm up here south of Michigan, but rotation broadened out, so can't really talk about that. There's a tiny bit of rotation up here, but that's, I believe, just the MCV, mesoscale convective system. Down here, there was a tornado warning near Likens in Elizabethville, but that has expired. Yeah, thanks for the compliment, man. But yeah, not too much to talk about right now. I mean, okay, I guess I can go over the other severe thunderstorm warnings. New Mexico, Donna, Ana, and Sierra. 60 mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail. Guadalupe. Uh, Ping pong ball-size hail, 60 mile-an-hour winds. Donna, Ana. 70 mile-an-hour winds, ping pong ball-size hail. Donna, Ana, Ontario. 70 mile-an-hour winds and ping pong ball-size hail. Near zero visibility as well. Very bad situation there. I mean, look, you can't see, and then there's a big train of hail coming your way. It's also a new severe thunderstorm warning there. 60 mile-an-hour winds. Man. Oh, are those bats? Those might be bats. Sure looks like it. Looks like there are bats coming out from the Mexico border. You can see them from the radar. See if there's anything in that area that like a cave. See if that's where they're coming from. So that's in Mexico. It does appear like there are bats showing up on the radar. Hmm. Trying to find where that is. Huh. They are. Hold on. I mean, I found where they're kind of coming from, but not the complete exact location. Kind of getting off track here, but I'm just trying to find out where these bats are coming from, showing up on the radar. And I'm getting a YouTube error, meaning that stream is buffering. Dang nabbit. Alright, but yeah, we do have quite a few severe thunderstorm warnings. Pennsylvania, we have 4. One for Wyoming County, 60 mile-an-hour winds. Northumberland, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Sullivan counties, 70 mile-an-hour winds. Luzerne county 60 mile an hour winds, and Schleichel, Dauphine, Cumberland, Perry, and Lebanon counties. That is for 60 mile an hour winds. Also in Texas, two severe thunderstorm warnings. Hudspeth County, which I believe is this one. 60 mile an hour winds. Looks like absolutely nothing on this radar, but I think if I switch over to this, should show something. Actually, it doesn't. I guess it's just the wind showing up on the radar that's causing the severe thunderstorm warning over here. Even though they don't look that bad, which is quite interesting. And over here, Andrews, Ector, and Midland counties, that is for 60 mile an hour winds and quarter-sized hail. I think I might end the stream here. Slight is only, okay, very, very small 5 tour in Pennsylvania. But it's very small, so I doubt there's going to be any more tornadoes out of that area. I mean, there could be like a small spin up, but doesn't look like much, to be honest. It is approaching Philly, though. Stuff to the north of here is dying off. Over here, it's an MCV. It's not... Doubt it'll do much near Laporte. Still watching this big area, though, just in case of something, but I doubt there will be much. At least for the next little while. Tomorrow's a big marginal. One in Florida, one in the Midwest and Northeast, and one in not Texas, but New Mexico, Arizona. Day 3 is a marginal across one in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and one in mainly Nebraska. So that's basically what's going on. Last time I checked, no days were looking too good. At least for chasing standards. Well, at least for me. Maybe Nebraska for some people, but not for me, because I am not able to travel up that far. Maybe southern Kansas, but not Nebraska. So I'm just checking that out real quick, considering we do have no tornado warnings. If we don't get any tornado warnings by 8:45 Central or 9:45 Eastern, then I'm just going to end the stream. Yeah, there's not really much to cover right now. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I mean, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings. These are for 70 mile an hour winds up here and 60 over here, 60 over here, 60 over here. New Mexico, we do have a few. We have 5. We have 4 in New Mexico, 1 in Texas. Donna Ana and Otero County, 70 mile an hour winds and ping pong ball sized hail. Thing is about this one, 0 visibility being reported with it. So that is pretty bad over there. So that's this one. For Donna Ana, which I believe is this one right here. That is for 70 mile an hour winds, ping pong ball sized hail. And Otero County. Wait, okay, that's okay. So this is the one for Otero County. That's for 60 mile wind gusts. For Donna Ana County, that's okay. I don't know New Mexico counties. I need to look this up. Uh, hmm, something happened. Tropical. You ain't gonna get me with that one. I see you. You ain't gonna get me with that one. You almost got me, but you ain't. Okay, why are there 5 people watching me? Holy, that jumped up really fast. But yeah, so we do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings in New Mexico and Texas area, and then one over here near Odessa. One near Odessa. Trying to find it right now. Andrews, Ector, and Midland counties. That is for 60 mile an hour winds and quarter-sized hail. So that's near Midland. Uh, dang nabbit, Tucker. All right, and okay. For Otero County, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Donna Ana County, 70 mile an hour wind gusts, ping pong well sized hail. And for Donna Ana and Otero County, 70 mile an hour winds and ping pong well sized hail. And also near zero visibility being reported. Also, there's bats in New Mexico, so don't mind this circle. That's just bats. Pennsylvania, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Schleichel, Dauphin, Cumberland, Perry, and Lebanon counties. Columbia, for Northumberland, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Sullivan counties, 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Wyoming County, it's actually about to expire in 3 minutes, so no need to cover that one. And Luzerne County, 60 mile an hour winds. I believe that's this one right here. Yeah, I was like, I recognize that name, but I can't put my finger on it, and nope, it's just Tucker and him. Dang nabbit. If you don't know who Tucker is, it's just one of my NASCAR friends. So yeah, not too much to talk about right now. I mean, I covered all the severe thunderstorm warnings, but if I said if I don't get a tornado warning by 45, then I'm just gonna end the stream. Also glitched out, or something. I don't know. It showed my view count jump up to like 10, and then it corrected itself, which is confusing. Alright, so, yep. Still watching this area over here. That's probably contamination down here, but I'd still watch it. Or Donna Ana, just in case we do get a tornado warning, because, you know how these things are. That does look like contamination, but still could be something, I don't know. I just asked my friends about, okay, if you see, yeah. Yeah, if you see the dude that said, the Bomino man, that dude. I just DM'd the group chat that they're in. That it's my friend Tucker and Cody. And my friend Tucker just said Cody did it. He was just trying to drag me in it, and Cody just responds, "It was a team effort." Oh my. Some people will never change. It's funny. All right, let me go over the severe thunderstorm warnings again. Columbia. Okay. Northumberland, Montour, South. Lycoming, Columbia. Okay. What? I write it backwards. Hold on. Northumberland, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Sullivan counties. 70-mile-an-hour winds. Luzerne, or Luzerne, or whatever. I'm sorry. 60-mile-an-hour winds. Schuylkill, Dauphin, Cumberland, Perry, and Lebanon counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's in Pennsylvania. New Mexico. Donna Ana, 70-mile-an-hour winds, ping pong ball sized hail. Otero, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and Donna Ana and Ontario, 70-mile-an-hour winds and ping pong ball sized hail. Near zero visibilities have been reported around La Cruces ahead of the rain. So it's like, I think it's creating hail fog, but it's out in front of the storm, which is interesting. Never seen that before. And in Texas, Hudspeth County, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and just this one down here, and Andrews, Ector, and Midland counties. That is over here. So yeah. So once again, if we don't get a tour warning by 45, I'm just gonna end it. Dang nabbit, Cody. They're watching my stream on the friggin' on the call they're in. They're watching my goddamn stream. Dang it. Alright. Oh, man. So, okay, new severe thunderstorm warning including El Paso. Huh. That is for... That's actually, all the counties. For New Mexico, it's Otero and Donna Ana, and for Texas, it's Hudspeth and El Paso County. That is 4 70-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. It's the big cluster up here headed south. So yeah. By the way, this is contaminated on the top right. That's contamination, and the bottom right as well. It's no tornado. It's just contamination. Yes, I am aware, Cody. There's a town called Kermit. That's the town that we have in Texas. Dang it, Cody. I'm getting off track. Alright, so yeah, I'll just go over all of the severe thunderstorm warnings again. Pennsylvania, Northumberland, Montour, Lycoming, Columbia, and Sullivan County, 70-mile-an-hour winds. Luzerne, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Schuylkill, Dauphin, Cumberland, Perry, and Lebanon counties, 60-mile-an-hour winds. York, Dauphin, Cumberland, Lebanon counties, that is for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, over to New Mexico. Donna Ana, Donna Ana, 70-mile-an-hour winds and pick bubble size hail. Otero, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Donna Ana and Ontario, 70-mile-an-hour winds and pick bubble size, ping pong ball sized hail. Near zero visibility. And Texas. Oh goodness, I got something in my eye. Dang it. Texas. Hudspeth, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Andrews, Ector, Midland. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. And then Texas, New Mexico border, that includes El Paso. 70-mile-an-hour winds, ball-sized hail. That is for Otero and Donna Ana counties in New Mexico. Hudspeth and El Paso counties in Texas. Saving that. Dogger, stop it. Who was it? If you guys don't know what's happening, they're watching my stream and they're doing random stuff in the chat that I'm in. Hmm. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just bored. I don't want to wait 10 more minutes because Pennsylvania is not doing much. At least that I could see. Load. There we go. Okay. Yeah, if even if it does something, it's gonna take a while for it to, do anything. So I'm just gonna end the stream. I am bored out of my mind. But first, I'm just gonna hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I, okay, so I didn't end the stream yet. I didn't end the stream yet. So, but yeah, not much going on right now. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Skittles smell like Skittles.
Yeah, I'm just in the stream. I don't really know what to do. But I did get 40 views, so I will take it. So yeah, I'm gonna just I guess I'll see y'all later.